Good night, my subscribers, and anyone new to my channel. My title is When Change is Necessary. The reason why I am speaking about that title, I was reading an article, and one of the headlines that I read at 10:30, 11 a.m. was Slim Thug. I wouldn't even say he's probably a used to be rapper because I haven't heard his music. Then again, I stopped listening to rap. But I know that he did a song with Beyonce years ago for the Pink Panther movie when I used to listen to rap. Someone interviewed him, and for some reason he decided to mention the singer slash dancer Ciara. He found it strange that she left Future, he's a rapper, to be with Russell Wilson, which was suitable and equally yoked. I'm not understanding why people find them two together so shocking. He said something of the fact that Future was a certain type of personality trait and she should have dated within that personality trait. I took it as when I read the article, he felt some type of way about her upgrading. And I noticed that when people become awake or know their worth and do upgrade, some people scratch their head and find that bothersome. Why? Shouldn't we all want the best for someone? Matter of fact, I don't even know why he thought or was compelled to speak on somebody else's relationship. And then he said to the matter of it, he's not a hater. If you have to speak about somebody's relationship, mind you, I didn't watch the interview. It was already an article. If you already have to say you're not a hater, you are. Because you probably feel threatened. Let me tell you, no one is perfect. And unfortunately, everybody's personality is different. And unfortunately, there's certain personality trait that may be comfortable for you. And there's another one. And there's certain personality trait that's not comfortable for somebody else. Why should a woman or a man like Ciara to subject herself to somebody that constantly commits infidelity? I'm not trying to judge Future, but he has a history, and Future's a rapper for those that don't know, has a history of doing things or not having good choices or having lasting relationship. Like the woman is in her 30s and has a son. This is when the cycle needs to be broken. So what he was saying, Slim Thug, that she should continue that toxic cycle. She already has a son out of the previous relationship and then go bring another man, because mind you, children pay attention. Bring another man that is toxic for her and she shouldn't be unequally yoked with. I am happy for them. Russell Wilson seems like a very respectable man. I'm pretty sure he has his faults. But from what I see, he's respectful. He manages to accept her son from a previous relationship and treats her like a queen, like she should. Everyone deserves to be happy. Now, if you choose to stay in that toxic relationship, fine. But do not fault somebody or say that they deserve to be with somebody of a certain personality. No. When since being respectful and nice was looked down upon? I never understand that. And I've read a few Facebook pages from somebody who says that men like Russell Wilson are suckers. Why? Why? And then the sad thing is, some of these people, and women do it too, they prefer men that disrespect them and no good for them versus a respectable person. and then wonder why they get mistreated. Because then down the line, when you do want respect, you don't get it, or it's too late. And then when you leave a relationship, then you wonder why you have this baggage of toxic that keeps following you. Ciara decided, and this is what everybody should do, female or male, that when you become single, do self-reflecting and know what you want. It's okay to be single. It was intended for us to wait until the right person come along. But what we do as humans, rush the process, jump into a relationship, have sex, and then it goes south. No. Now, those who decide not to get married and want to be in a long, lasting relationship, fine, that works for you. There are some women that are married to a guy and that she knows or is aware that that guy is cheating on her, she still stays married to her. That's her prerogative. That is not for us to judge and to give unsolicited advice. Now, my advice to those that decide to commit infidelity, just be mindful that you're not only hurting yourself, but whatever disease or unhealthily sexual ties you may bring to your partner. People don't think about that. Your body is your temple. So what you're doing out there when you're supposed to be faithful, that comes back. Look at the movie For Colored Girls. Janet Jackson was married, and the guy, because he wasn't honest with himself or her, was sleeping with somebody else and brought HIV back. I don't know why people think that STDs and STIs are not out there. They're still out there. So people need to be mindful that we were not meant to suffer or get any diseases, or we were meant to be happy. Now, like I said, not everybody is perfect. But what you should not tolerate is anybody mistreating you, being toxic. It's okay to elevate and empower yourself. You don't have to stay in that cycle of unhealthy relationship. Ciara comes from a two-parent home. What sense would that make? And I'm pretty sure her parents are like, we should have taught you better. So why take a detour from what you were taught? And even if you were raised in a single parent home, you should strive to be better than how you were raised. And even and you may have, your parents may have been divorced, but at least they tried marriage. But that doesn't say fall into the cycle and accept certain behaviors. No. Everyone deserves respect, whether you are male or female. But my males that are in unhealthy relationships, because I know of males that are in unhealthy relationships, get out. If you have children with that spouse, you can still get out. Because even if you pay child support, at least you have a clear mind, and at least your mental health will be at ease. And if you are married to someone that is abusing you, please get out. The reason why I'm stressing abuse is because I've heard of too many cases where a pregnant girlfriend is killed by her boyfriend, a wife that was trying to leave the husband and he killed her. Please take those warning signs seriously, because my thing is the warning signs are there. And even if the warning signs come after you're married or after you have a child with that person, once you have that first child and he hits you or the woman hits you, leave. And if you could prove to court that you're being abused, trust me, that spouse can't be a threat to you. Now, unfortunately, our judicial system is not so strong, because there have been cases where people got restraining orders and unfortunately they still end up killed. But look, this is why we need to assess the situation that we are in and have a A, B, C, D, and maybe E plan for when things go left. But to stay in there, that is a no. Because when a tragedy occurs, sometimes it's not you involved, it's other innocent lives involved. And you want to avoid that at all costs. So You don't have to take my advice, but do some thinking. And also be mindful when you're giving unsolicited advice or you're speaking about other people's relationships. People can elevate themselves. When somebody elevates themselves for good, you should celebrate and embrace it. If that bothers you, you need to keep that inside. Because when you vent, because I don't know how someone doing good can bother you and you scratch your head and finds that weird. But then again, maybe people are raised around negativity and they thrive off of that. But no, because I find that so weird that people just find or don't believe that in that when somebody finds a man or woman that is respectable and honest and caring, oh my gosh, that doesn't exist. They have to find fault in everything. And granted, everybody has their faults. But at the end of the day, those people that are generally good people, they're able to communicate and honest with themselves and ensure that although they maybe have some growth areas, they're willing to work through them. But yeah, we have to change our mindsets because we can't think that being toxic and embrace toxic behavior. No, that is a no. That's why we will forever have people abuse, people stay silent because people think toxic is okay. That is not okay. That is not healthy. When someone hits you, that's not love. When someone talks down to you, that's not love. You don't deserve that. That may be hard to believe, but you don't deserve that. There are shelters that you could go to seek refuge, but elevate yourself. Always strive to be good and better. Don't strive to be toxic. There's enough toxic people in the world. Why try to raise children to be toxic? We already have a world full of them. Be the light of the world. Thank you for listening.